CDPR Red is getting destroyed online, and the Witcher 4 fans are even more livid. Every single person who saw the Witcher 4 demo knows that it is a bunch of lies, it's completely fake, and a poor attempt at gaslighting. This currently looks like Cyberpunk 2077 all over again. And I know, there's gonna be a couple of people who are gonna say, but it's a tech demo, it said it's not real. Listen, do you even know what the word demo stands for? Demo stands for a short version of the word demonstration. And I don't know about you, but I personally, when I hear the words The Witcher 4 and demo put together, my mind thinks that I'm gonna see how The Witcher 4 is supposed to look. Not a disclaimer that this is actually, for some reason, a presentation of what the Unreal Engine can do. And we all know it's never gonna actually do that. It's never gonna actually achieve that. It's not real. It's not happening. So even if you consider it a demo for the Unreal 5 engine at max capacity, everyone knows it's a bunch of lies. And furthermore, care to explain to me if it was not a Witcher 4 demo of the gameplay, of the graphics, of the everything? Why did we have a guy with a controller pretending he's playing the game? Why did we have that? We know he wasn't actually playing the game. None of the controller inputs match anything that was happening on the screen, so we know that was fake. So, care to explain why that guy was just there pretending to play the game, and why there was such a zoom and emphasis at some points where he was pressing buttons and pretending to move? How about that? Care to explain that? I'll wait. I'll give you time. Just explain that one to me. If this was not a blatant attempt at masquerading lies, then what exactly was the point of it? Everyone knows. Everyone who's not a die-hard CDPR shill knows what this was. And this was an attempt at lying that spectacularly is now backfiring.
I have to say, it took a while, but the last couple of years of work that CD Projekt Red has done on Cyberpunk 2077, and to a lesser extent, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, it does have me looking forward to the future of this company. You know, Cyberpunk 2, which is being worked on by the Boston studio, there's been some recent hints and indications it's going to have like a Chicago-like environment or something like that was said.
That's a separate video later on, by the way, because yes, the DLC is, at this point, I would say it's 9-1 that it is happening.
By the creator Mike Pondsmith, that has me interested. And, you know, there's so many different opportunities, so many different things about Night City that I can see them expanding on, so that has me excited to see where they take it with the sequel. Now, while the Boston studio is focused on that, their main Polish studio is obviously focused on the future of The Witcher, which is a new trilogy starring Ciri. This was revealed right towards the end of last year with that massive CGI cinematic, which in turn caused some controversy. And
you know what's my opinion. I'm not even going to mention that it's CGI and clearly not in-game. It's just the fact that what happened in this. And I'm going to do a video about this tomorrow, but every single hint that we have about the story of The Witcher 2, it's bad. It's really bad. This trailer, I'm gonna break it down why this is bad, because Ciri is not a heroine. She's like a, oh, people die, who cares type of character. She has zero heroism in her. And every single thing that CDPR has shown about her just puts her in a negative, self-righteous, self-empowered way, and it does it by degrading everyone around her. And this is like a prime example how everyone here is dirty, stupid, rash, ugly, while she is supposed to be perfect, untouched, unmartyred, and sublime. It is pretty on the nose that whatever the writing here is, at the best case scenario, we're kind of looking at a Mary Sue situation. Best case. Worst case, it's a quadruple Mary Sue type of situation, with her being the bestest ever, right about everything, and everyone is constantly proven and the meanest to make her look even better. That would be even worse. And that is potentially the future that we are looking for the story of this game, with everything that contextually we know about The Witcher 4. It's not looking good.
in regards to the fact that, again, Ciri is the star of the show moving forward. And also there was some controversy with how she looked, but regardless of all of that, CD Projekt Red finally gave.
At least they fixed her face, okay? I'm gonna say one thing. At least we won on that, boys. And yes, the shills are once again gonna be like, it's actually just different. Yeah, sure, the cheeks are different, the dimples are different, the nose is smaller, the eyes are different, everything is different. But yeah, sure, it's just different lighting, dude. It's just different lighting. Relax, it's fine.
As a new look at The Witcher 4 the other day, and it really wasn't supposed to be the main focus. It was more
Look at this. It's just not even
look
close.
at The Witcher
Look at this absolute man jaw. Look at these absolute man eyes.
4 the other day, and it really wasn't supposed to be the main.
Bam! There is not a single person who can say in good faith that this is not, it's just different lighting. No, this is a woman. At least we got that much.
Focus. It was more so on the Unreal Engine tools, and that's where things get a little bit muddy because there is some massive confusion online about this tech demo, which is not a gameplay demo. And the difference, I think a lot of people just do not understand the extent of it. But like I said, the last couple of months and the last couple of years, CD Projekt Red has been saying a lot of the right things. Will that result in them making fantastic, revolutionary open world?
No, the people who made The Witcher, the good parts of it are gone. The people who made good Cyberpunk are gone. And now the votes of CDPR being just in general, vote is pretty high. The CEO has been caught in lies. The people who made the good games are gone. Completely different shift in focus. They literally have a wokeness clause in their work description. They won Vogue awards. I don't even want to use the word woke here, honestly, but they literally fit the bill for that perfectly.
RPGs, only time will tell. But there is a skepticism that will linger because of everything that happened pre-release with Cyberpunk 2077. That's just something that you cannot remove. That history is there. We tried it and it didn't work out. CDPR's co-founder says it shouldn't stray from AAA open world RPGs, and that very much is the case. They tried doing a lot with Cyberpunk. They wanted a multiplayer online, and all of that just failed miserably. Them focusing in on open world RPGs, maybe learning from like the success of Baldur's Gate 3, meaningful choice, consequence. I think that's the route I think a lot of us want to see for the future of both Cyberpunk and The Witcher. It really does need to be said that these demos, this is a great example of it. This was an actual gameplay demo, the E3 2017, which we later found out was pretty much just completely faked. It's also not like Cyberpunk 2077 was the
Yeah, this time they just decided to call the Witcher 4 gameplay demo. I mean, it's not. Do you think IGN just gets to re-upload all of their footage and CDPR doesn't get to tell them what to name it? Get real, buddy. Get real. Wake up and welcome to the real world.
first E3 demo to be fake. We obviously had infamously Anthem in 2017. Everybody watching knew it was fake. And then even years before that, we had Watch Dogs. It's E3
God, the Watch Dogs things was so horrible, yeah.
2012 version versus the actual version which we got, which was just drastically different. So a lot of publishers, a lot of game developers over the years have gotten in trouble for this, which is indeed why there is skepticism to any new demos these days, especially for ones coming for games that are just years away. This is why a lot of people are looking at the new tech demo and saying, hold back a little bit without getting too excited. Because personally myself, I actually thought that it looked extremely impressive. Like the visuals, we get some new details. This is the Kovir region. If you played The Witcher 3, it was mentioned various times, especially if you were on that Triss romance route. And look, this footage does have me excited even more so for The Witcher 4, but it's more so about the possibilities of what this game could be. It's not.
Yes, exactly. That's what they were trying to sell you. They wanted exactly this outcome. People to get excited about this. And when someone says, wait, but that's not the real game, they say, I don't care. Because this is what they're going to try and make it. Which is a lie. Everyone knows that.
About like this footage isn't a
Again, if this is not a lie, we can talk about it when we're all patiently waiting for our turn at Microsoft's quantum computer, because that shit is the only thing that's going to be able to run this game without creating an explosion. Okay, we can talk about me being wrong there if I'm wrong.
A representation of The Witcher 4 at all, and CD Projekt Red has confirmed that. We're going to get into that in a second, but yeah, we meet Ciri's horse here, Kelpie. There's some other moments here that's really fascinating. You see the muscle movement on the horse. That is revolutionary for the Unreal.
What is the point of the muscle movement on the horse? What is the point of having a horse that's more detailed than a real life horse? Have you seen a real life horse? This is not how a real life horse works. You actually don't see that much muscle on them. They're not actually this detailed. I'm not even kidding. Real life horses are less detailed than this horse. I'm not kidding. This is like Real World 2.0 right here.
Engine. I think that's really the takeaway from this footage. It's about Unreal Engine. And like I said, there's just some things, there's some awesome moments as, Ciri's moving through crowds. You can see her naturally moving, pushing characters out of the way. At one point, you see a bunch of fruit falling. You see all the NPCs.
Yeah. We have seen it. People commented about this. Again, none of this is real.
Reacting. That reactivity is something that we just have not seen from really outside developers besides like Rockstar Games and maybe even Naughty Dog. So
we have never seen that even from those companies. No one has this type of stuff happen in their games.
Seeing this more of a massive thing with Unreal Engine games moving forward, that does have me excited. But also, Unreal Engine definitely has a reputation that is unflattering right now, and that is because of.
And again, if this is real, welcome. Even if your potato PC can run this potato, we're probably talking about a 200 terabyte download. Probably, if not more. The average Unreal game currently is like something like close to 200 gigabytes. Even if it comes like 1/10 as close to anything shown here. How large do you think this is gonna be? It is seriously gonna be terabytes large. You're gonna have to download multiple terabytes at the minimum to play this.
What's happened this last console generation with open world games like this. So there's a skepticism that definitely exists. Of the things that were announced, this was by CD Projekt Red. They said, since this strategic partnership was announced in 2022, CDPR has been working with Epic Games to develop new tools and enhance existing features in Unreal Engine 5 to expand the engine's open world development capabilities and establish robust tools geared towards CD Projekt.
Yeah, this is like the fakest thing I have seen in my life. Pushes the dude, so it shows. And by the way, here's the guy. Here's the guy playing with the controller. Then, please, just go ahead. Try and explain to me that this wasn't an attempt to sell us lies. That this was
Red's open world design philosophies. This is a press release that they sent out. And look, this was one of the big reasons why they moved from Red Engine to Unreal Engine. I think it was because of that partnership of working with Epic Games. And I think the reason why this tech demo even exists is because of Epic Games probably made that part of the deal, saying like, look, we're going to help you, we're going to work on all of this, but we also want to use The Witcher 4 to market and show off the new capabilities with open world games moving forward that use Unreal Engine 5 and so on and so forth. And it was said that this demo, which runs on a PlayStation 5 at 60 frames per second, shows off in.
Oh yeah, and the funniest part is they want us to believe that this is done on a PlayStation 5. A literal potato. This is done on a PlayStation 5. What a joke! What a bunch of lies. And it's almost like they're not even trying to make the lies sound believable. A PlayStation 5. Yeah, I'm gonna believe the guy just magically pressing buttons on the controller that we don't even see. I'm believing that, okay? Surely, this time it's real.
engine capabilities, again, set in the world of Witcher 4. This will help other studios create believable and immersive open world environments that deliver performance at 60 FPS without compromising on quality, even at vast scales. And again, all of the new tech here, it really does look innovative. The Unreal animation framework powers realistic character movements and busy scenes.
This stuff right here, I'm just gonna talk about a little bit. Uh, so this guy uses her, tricks her into doing something, probably killing humans as much as we can understand from the context of this. She doesn't care. People died. She doesn't care. She literally blatantly says, "Oh, people die. Who cares? Duh. Where's my matcha latte latte?" And then she's like, "But that manticore, I kind of want to go after that." This is not how a hero acts. This is how a unlikable villain with no motivation acts at best.
Fast geo streaming, developed in collaboration with Epic, allows environments to load quickly and smoothly. Nanite foliage fills forests and fields with dense detail without sacrificing performance. The mass system handles large, dynamic crowds with ease, while ML Deformer adds subtle, realistic touches to character animation right down to muscle movement. And CDPR's joint CEO said about all of this, "We started our partnership with Epic to push open world game technology forward. To show this early look at the work we've been doing using Unreal Engine running at 60 FPS on PlayStation 5 is a significant milestone and a testament of the great cooperation between our teams. But we're far from finished. I look forward to seeing more advancements and inspiring technology from the partnership as development of The Witcher 4 on Unreal Engine 5 continues." That all sounds great, but a lot of people are also rightfully pointing out this is how the PlayStation 5 console generation began. It was a tech demo like this, and I think a lot of people forget this. We were, originally talking about how amazing and innovative this console generation is going to be, but this technology has not been utilized to its fullest extent. And maybe that changes with a game like The Witcher 4.
What the hell is this?
But again, when we have footage like this, a lot of people just bring it up rightfully, saying like, look, what
Is this the Indian street vendor game?
games are specifically taking advantage of this technology? And maybe that
I forgot what it's called. Awakened something?
is the case. Maybe The Witcher 4 is the only one, but optimization and all of the different systems that have to be implemented, that is going to come at a cost with performance, and that's why there is skepticism that a game like The Witcher 4 can run properly at 60 FPS on the PlayStation 5, especially the standard base console. And this isn't coming out of the middle of nowhere. It's just the fact that, look, the Unreal Engine 5 has been a messy engine this console generation. It's time to admit it, Unreal Engine 5 has been kind of rubbish in most games so far, and I'm worried about bigger upcoming projects. This was a piece coming from VG247, a sentiment that has been felt for a while now, with a lot of open world games that are using this technology. More like Unreal stuttering, am I right? And yeah, that's
Like the video, by the way. Woo.
stutter has become notorious this console generation. That's why so many people look at the Unreal Engine 5 with kind of disgust. And I do think that is a reputation that Epic Games and maybe even CDPR, they definitely want to shake. And maybe Witcher 4 represents that moving forward. And I really do hope that is the case. But like I said,
Dude, this is a lot of cope. I'm not gonna lie. He's coping hard.
the takeaway, the difference between a tech demo and gameplay demo, a lot of people just do not understand that. 60 FPS on a base PS5, are developers optimizing again? Are we back? And again, this is just people not understanding.
Wait, actually, let me do an experiment. Let me Google Unreal Engine 5 demo. Let's see what we get. We have the video he showed from 5 years ago. We do have The Witcher 5, The Witcher 4 Unreal 5 tech demo. So yeah, again, why call, if it's not supposed to represent The Witcher, why call it The Witcher 4 Unreal Engine 5 tech demo? Again, all of this is deceptive. Let's try The Witcher 4 demo. Oh, now that's the first video that comes up. Interesting. Who would have expected this? Wow. I'm just saying, if there was no attempt to lie, then I'm really confused here.
Understanding that this Witcher 4 is a tech demo. It's a technical demonstration. It is not gameplay. And again, some of these posts have been clarified. There was a new version of this.
But what about the guy who clearly is supposed to play the game and press the buttons? They even do a split screen emphasis on him doing it. Why have that? I mean, shit.
But 14,000 upvotes on this before they clarified. First look at The Witcher 4 gameplay. It was not gameplay. It wasn't. We had other first look at NPC interactions. Again, this isn't NPC interactions in The Witcher 4. It's just a mock-up what the game could be, and maybe even should be, and what they're...
Yeah, and my shit could be made out of gold. Coulda. Maybe. Someday. Who knows? Do you want to invest in that possibility? No, I don't. Even I don't.
aiming for. There is a clear difference that is being misconstrued, and a lot of people not understanding that. And that is especially the case for the casual audience, which many people are just looking at this with sheer amazement, but really not understanding what's actually being presented here. Another post we had, even from Jeff Keighley, The Witcher 4 in-game, it was not in-game. PS5, Unreal Engine 5. Even Jeff Keighley's misrepresenting what this is.
Yeah, because that was the goal.
Another person, again, pointing out a technical demo versus Rise, game 2013, which really was just a tech demo in of itself back then. Then, yeah, again, another person comparing The Witcher 4 60 FPS versus Elden Ring Night Rain 20 FPS. Again, these comparisons are absolutely stupid because this isn't an actual game. I think that's what a lot of people aren't understanding.
God, you actually, look at this. You also have this guy commenting, it's a fucking tech demo. You guys already have forgotten Cyberpunk? Cyberpunk stuff was also I mean, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything at this point. It's just wasting my breath.
I think that's what a lot of people aren't understanding. CD Projekt Red actually had to come forward in interviews and clarify this because people just do not...
Yeah, because for some reason they called it The Witcher 4 demo. Bruh, if you're
understand that, and it's...
I mean, also, the word tech, even if we concentrate on the word tech, like, what is calling it the Witcher 4 tech demo mean? That kind of implies that that's what the game is gonna be, because you're showcasing the Witcher 4 technology. And why would you showcase the Witcher 4 technology that you don't have? Again, why are you showcasing things that you don't have if your attempt is not to gaslight and lie to people?
Sets the wrong assessment. A lot of people are going after CD Projekt Red because of that. They're saying, why did you even present this, especially with your history with demos and how that has backfired on this company?
Yes, everyone agrees except like a super small minority for some reason, because they're like super fans or something.
And this is very much going to be what people, they're going to use this tech demo saying this is what The Witcher 4 has to look like. And I hope CD Projekt Red understands that.
Yeah, duh. Because they try to sell you the idea that it's going to look like that.
Because many people are going to, eventually, once The Witcher 4 does release, they're going to have comparison shots and say, if it doesn't look this good in terms of its reactivity with NPCs and...
Yeah. I get... You know what? I blame the guy with the controller that's pretending to play. You know what? They should have kicked him. He probably doesn't even work for Sony, okay? He's probably not... He was probably just some kind of random guy who decided to pull out the controller and pretend he's playing, okay?
It's in terms of its performance, they're going to felt lied to. But CD Projekt Red sent an update, or they sent a statement to VGC saying this is a tech demo, and a first look at the cutting edge technology powering The Witcher 4, but not The Witcher 4 itself. It's not The Witcher 4 game.
Yeah. It's a tech demo that powers The Witcher 4, but it's not The Witcher 4, guys. How does that sentence even make sense? Bless you. How does that make sense? This is the technology that's making The Witcher 4, but this is not The Witcher 4, guys. Okay, so why even show us it then? Again, what's the point of showing us something that it's not gonna be? If it's not attempted lies.
Nothing in-game, no, it's not that. It showcases the powerful foundation we're building in close collaboration with Epic Games to push open-world design further than ever before, and the core systems and features we're developing using Unreal Engine 5. Again, this was a focus on Unreal Engine 5 rather than The Witcher 4. If anything, it's just a tease.
Yeah, surely. The headlines and everything, that
the assets and things that they're hoping to include in the sequel. We're really proud of this early milestone and excited to give you a sneak peek at some of the cool tech, and that's what they did.
Early milestone? So you're saying it's gonna get even better? That's what an early milestone is supposed to be. That means they're already here. Boys, listen. Saying that it's an early milestone means that they're already actually there, which is kind of not proven false by this sentence. But at this point, I mean, everyone knows they're lying, so who honestly cares? But again, early milestone, boys. That means that it's gonna get better because they're already here. It's just an early milestone. It's gonna get so much better than this.
And a further interview, we had another CD Projekt Red developer. They said, we find assets from our game in there, the characters, the world, the way things look. Of course, that's all Witcher 4 content, just like this map area, all the mountains you see there in the village itself, that's the Witcher 4 map.
Okay, so the demo is real? That's actually the Witcher 4? What am I supposed to... He literally just says it's all real.
Whether that will be transferred 1-to-1 is far too early.
Oh, so it's not real, but what? Like, a language, please.
For us. We can't talk about that yet, but this map area is the same Witcher 4 map that we brought over. And then it really just needs to be emphasized. This game has barely started development. It only went into full development in November of 2024, right towards the end of last year. So what that means is that they probably were working on this technical demo, which is more so a vertical slice, for the last 6 months. We actually saw another CD Projekt Red developer, a gameplay.
A vertical slice means that it represents the real game. Again, there is no world where you get out of this situation. CDPR is gonna get dragged through the mud for trying to fake what The Witcher 4 is gonna be in a very blatantly obvious way, proven by the fact that the super majority of people who saw this are calling it fake. Because everyone understands that that was the intent of this. Simple. Real simple, in fact. Anyway, that was Legacy Killer HD. 10 out of 10. Bye!